In this class, we are going to talk about master data. The first part of the class is going to be dedicated to customer master, and the second part of the class is going to be dedicated to material master. But before we go and talk about the customer master and material master, let me give you a brief overview of master data. Right? So this topic is master data. How many different types of master data is there in SAP? Many different types. For example, the ones that we are interested in are customer master, material master, and condition records. These are the ones that we would be interested in as SD consultants. So as an consultant, probably he'd be interested in vendor master, and FICO consultant will be interested in asset master, and there are other pieces of master data that either SD or other consultants might be interested in. But for now, we would be focusing on customer master, number one, and number two, material master. We would talk about condition records when we visit pricing. But until that point, for today and tomorrow, the focus is going to be on customer master and material master. All right. Now, what is master data? Before we delve deep into the different types of customers, how we create customer master, so on and so forth, let's back up and understand what is master data. Now you might have this question as to, okay, as opposed to what? So master data as opposed to transactional data. So I'll give you some examples, and this will kind of make things very, very clear. For example, let's take the same case that we have been discussing as part of the order to cash cycle. HP was creating Walmart as a customer, right? So we'll be creating Walmart as a customer in our system. And let's say we create it with the name, number, address, so on and so forth, and then system generates a number for it, 1,000, 2,000, 10,000, whatever the number is. Now this customer Walmart is going to be used in, let's say, a transaction. Today Walmart has placed a request for a quotation, and then you go to VA21 and create a quotation of type QT, and as you hit on save, you get a number, right? 100006. This is a quotation number. Now for the same customer 1000, you could be creating as many quotations as you like, as many orders as you like inquiries, orders, so on and so forth. And once we finish servicing a quotation, meaning the expiry date has come and gone, or let's say if it is an order, we have delivered the order, we have billed the order, and then the customer has already paid for that order. Now that's it. This order is out of the picture. We don't regularly deal with that order anytime in the future unless for reporting or other purposes. So a transactional data is generally transient. Okay, it exists for a particular period of time, and it has everybody's attention for a particular period of time, and after that people start working on the next set of orders, next set of quotations, so on and so forth. But master data, in this case, let's say Walmart as a customer, will be used for eternity. The same number, 1000, let's say, maybe the address will change a little bit, phone numbers, contacts might change a little bit, but it's the same customer, and that customer will be used again and again and again. Okay, so let me characterize what I'm trying to say here. Master data is generally permanent. it is used again and again. Transactional data is transient, and it has focus only for a very short period of time. You look at an order for 3 months, 2 months, 1 month. Once the order is done, that's it. So a transactional data is time bound. After that, the only purpose a transaction exists is for reporting. Okay, how many orders did we do for last year? How many orders did we do for this customer? Right? The only purpose of a transaction is for reports. Master data, on the other hand, is permanent. It's used again and again and changes very little. Okay, maybe a couple of address changes here and there over a course of 1 or 2 years, or maybe a couple of phone number changes over a course of 3 or 4 years. Okay, now that we've understood the difference between master data and transactional data, let's move on to the first area of focus, the customer master. The customer master is divided into 3 parts or 3 views. Okay, 3 views. What are the 3 views? General data or general view, sales view or sales data. General view or general data. Finance data, or in other words, the technical word for it is called company code view. View or data, both can be used synonymously. Why is the customer data divided into 3 views? Let me give you a scenario. So here is our customer, let's say Walmart, and Walmart is not a good example in this case. Let's take a smaller and new customer. Let's say HP has, or the HP sales department has bagged a new customer, let's say a new corporate customer, and they've been negotiating with them, and finally they agreed to do sales with us, buy something from us. So the sales guy, let's say Brian, creates a customer in the system, and he is only interested in the sales view or the sales data of this customer. So he goes and creates the sales data, and as part of creating the sales data, he will also be forced to create the general data. So Brian creates the sales view plus general view, and then finally generates a number for that customer. Let's say ABC Incorporated. So ABC Incorporated, customer number 56789. All right, after he's done, he hands over this customer number to finance and says, hey, you know what, I've just created a sales view or general data of the customer. Can you fill up the finance data for this? Because Brian is not a finance guy. He doesn't know anything about financial data that needs to be relevant for that customer. So he's going to communicate with somebody in the finance department, say Charlene, and say, hey, you know what, I've created a customer 56789. Can you finish up the finance data for this? So Charlene, being the finance user, is going to take this customer and extend. It will be the same customer. Remember, it's not a different customer. All the 3 pieces here, the sales view, general view, finance view, are all pieces of the same customer. 56789 in this case. So Charlene is going to extend ABC Incorporated 56789 customer number to create the financial view. All right, so she's going to create the financial part of it. Okay, now what transactions do we use for this? Brian being the sales guy, uses the transaction code VD01 to create, and of course 02 to display, and 02 to change, and 03 to display. The transaction used by Brian is VD01, and Charlene, being the finance user, uses the transaction FD01. Okay, now as a general rule, most sales transactions start with V. And financial transactions start with F. All right. Now let's see this in action. So let me play the role of Brian. Let me go create this ABC Incorporated as a customer in the system with this number, let's say 56789, and create the general view and sales view of the customer. Okay, and before I do that, here are our transactions: VD01 to create, 02 to change, 03 to display. Okay, now in order to find out that FD01 transaction, you'll have to go all the way down to the financial view and all that. It's not required. So if at all you require, I'll let you know where it is. So let me quickly log in. All right. Okay, so here is our sales transactions: master data, business partner, customer, create. So this is to create the sales view and general view of the customer. Now if you want to see the finance view or the finance transaction to create the customer, you'd have to go to accounting, financial accounting, think accounts receivable, and master records, and FD01. So let me take a screenshot of this as well, just for the record. All right, so this is the sales part, this is the finance part. All right, so these are the T codes. Now let me start by creating this in the system. So go to VD01, which is the sales transaction to create the sales view and general view of the customer. So VD01, and then over here make sure you select 001 for now. I'll tell you all about account group in a separate session. All right, so for now select 0001. Now make sure you remember what I talked to you about the account key 0001. If you don't have this account key enabled, make sure you get it enabled. So it was discussed as part of our GUI navigation class as an SAP GUI preset. So just revisit that class or revisit the video and see how to enable the account key, because this is where some of the students go wrong. You know, they'll be like, okay, where is 001 sold to? I got this, I got this, I got another one, but all of them could be wrong. It always has to be 0001 for a sold to for now, until you understand what a customer account group is and how you can create your own customer account group, so on and so forth. All right, we are trying to create a customer 56789, right? And then make sure you enter this sales org, this distribution channel, this division. Now, what is all this junk? Sales org, distribution channel, division. These are called enterprise structure elements. Okay, now it takes some time or rather it'll take a full-fledged understanding of enterprise structure elements, how they are related, why they are created, in order for you to really understand what these are. So for now, just put in those numbers, just like how you have been doing when you create orders or when you create quotations. You've been using the same set of sales org, distribution channel, division, right? So just use them as it is. Okay, and then here is another trick. I'm entering a number here, 56789. Do you have to always enter a number? That would depend on your account group. So when we discuss account group, we will talk about what is how to create a customer without a number, so that the system will automatically pick it, so on and so forth. Another catch here is, let's say you enter a customer number that already exists. Hit enter. You'll get this error message. Customer 1000 already exists in this sales area, right? Because you're not supposed to override it, and you cannot override it as well. So if you pick up a number that is already existing, it'll give you that message. So pick another number. All right, and then hit enter. Okay, this is the first screen. So you put a title. Let's say we are creating it for ABC Inc. Right? So the title is company, and then ABC Incorporated, and a search term is a shortcut that's used to refer to that company. Let's say something like ABC, if there is only one ABC company. I'll tell you how to use this search term as we go forward. And some street address, 1000 Dennis Drive, okay, 08820. I'm just putting some address. Edison, country US, region means state, New Jersey, and some transportation zone. So it's in the eastern transportation zone. The transportation zone would be used to determine what route should be used to send the products over to the customer's location. Alright, and then we're going to put in a telephone number, whatever telephone number you like, a fax number, email, so on and so forth. Okay, so general data is where you enter the customer's address, his contact details. Now this little tab over here called the contact person tab is used to enter any contacts that we have at this company. Now ABC Inc. is a big company. It has a sales department, finance department, audit department, purchase department. Who are our contacts at ABC Incorporated? Probably somebody like John Adams, and he belongs to which department? Maybe he's in the purchasing department, because we are selling, so we are interested in somebody in the purchasing department of our customer, because that's the team that we deal with. And what does he do? Maybe he's the head of purchasing, right? Now you just double click it, and then you can enter the other details, like if that guy John Adams has some phone number, some email address, so on and so forth. Okay, sorry, let me go back. Just jumped the gun. So we have entered the contact person. If you want, you can enter as many contacts as you like. Okay, this is the general data. Now we are finished with the general data. All right, let me go back here. So here's an example. I'm creating a general view, and I'm just taking an example of some name like Walmart, like the way we have created ABC Inc., some address, and I also went to the contact person tab and I filled in some details like whom I know at that company, what his phone number is, what the other contact details are. Okay, now from the general view, remember we started off with VD01, and I said VD01 can give you two views, general and sales. We're just done with the general and we want to move on to the sales. What do? Just click on this button. Click on this button to go to sales view of the customer master. Right? We have finished the general data. Now we are going on to the sales view. How do we do that? Just click on the sales data. Okay. Now again, there are a bunch of fields here. Not all fields are important. Just pick up some fields. I'll pick up the most important fields. Now we are creating ABC Incorporated. Who is it? Let's say it's a public sector, or let's say it's a private customer. Okay, and the currency is Euro, USD, whatever. Okay, and moving on to the shipping tab. All right, let me just take these screenshots. Okay, moving on to the sales view. So we have customer group here. I've selected some customer group. This is important. And there are other important fields as well, like even these are important, but not at this point. Okay, so this is important. And we move on to the shipping tab. So let me make another page and move to the shipping tab. And for this customer, let's fill up some details like shipping conditions. I'll talk a little bit about shipping conditions in a bit. Order combination, some delivering plant if necessary. Okay, complete delivery flag, partial delivery, and delivery tolerances. Okay, so let me take a little screenshot here and then we'll talk about it. Okay, so what are the important fields here? Shipping conditions. What is a shipping condition? Now your customers will ask for goods to be shipped to their place, right? How are they shipped? Now if you go to Amazon, you have shipping preferences that needs to be applied in general. Like you always like 10-day ground free shipping, right? Everybody loves free shipping. Yeah, it's a little delayed, goes by ground, but who cares? That's your general preference. But that doesn't mean you always use it. You can always override it at the transaction level. Let's say you're buying something for your pretty daughter or for your wife, for your girlfriend, and it needs to go right away. Maybe you forgot her birthday and then you want to send her right away. Then you choose a specific shipping for that order only. So this is master data level shipping, which is general preferences of the customer. And at the transaction level, you can always change to whatever shipping conditions you like. Examples: 3-day, 10-day ground, 3-day ground, overnight, express delivery, this, that. Okay. Next, order combination. This is a little tricky. Watch out. Here is an order. Okay. Order 1. Let's say placed on June 1st. Okay, and this order contains M01 material, M02 material, and this material needs to go on June 10th and June 12th. Okay, and then we have another order, order 2, placed on June 2nd. This contains M03 and M04, and this goes on June 12th and June 12th. Okay, now line item 1 is going to New York, some address in New York. This is going to New Jersey. This is going to New York. This is going to New Jersey. Now if you look at the list of items, there are a couple of lines leaving for the same customer on July 12th, July 12th, July 12th. So it makes sense to combine goods going out to a single customer on the same date for economical reasons, right? So this line item, let's say 1020 and then 1020, this guy this guy and this guy can potentially be combined, but this is going to New York, but this is going to New Jersey, so this guy cannot be combined. So this is ruled out because the destination is not the same. The ship to address is not the same. So M02 June 12th, New Jersey, M04 June 12th, New Jersey, both belong in different orders, but they're going out to the same location on the same date. So these two orders can be combined into a single delivery. Just these line items, 20 and 20. 10 of course goes differently, 10 of course goes differently in a different delivery. Okay, this field is called order combination. It's a preference from the customer saying, hey, you know what, if possible, combine. But it's not always the case that customers like it. Some customers don't like it, in which case you just switch that field off. Alright, the next one is complete delivery required by law. Now remove this by law part, it doesn't make any sense. Complete delivery. What happens if you check this flag on? By default, let me give you a scenario. Okay, I'm going to talk about this scenario here. By default, let's say there is an order 1 on some date, and let's say June 1st. You have 10 M01 going out on June 10th because that's when the goods are available. 20 M02, let's say, going out on June 12th. Okay, now by default the system behavior is, okay, whenever the goods become available, just ship them. So come June 10th, the system will start to ship this and it will ignore this. Come June 12th, it will ship this line item. But some customers don't like it, right? It's a pain even for me. Imagine you're doing a job somewhere in downtown, your house is somewhere in the suburbs, and some items require your signature. What do? Yeah, you can go once back to home or back to your FedEx office, but if you ordered 5 items from Amazon and each of them require your signature, and if they start shipping them in 5 different packages, it's a nightmare, isn't it? You would rather want all of them to be shipped at one time, even though there might be a delay, let's say 2 days, 3 days, 4 days. I don't mind as long as they're all shipped together. Some customers like it, even though I'm talking about a B2C scenario here. Some customers like B2B, even in B2B, some customers like goods to be shipped all together, in which case you switch this on. Alright, next we have delivery tolerances, under delivery and over delivery tolerances. Tolerance, what is tolerance? You can tolerate certain things. Amazon say you ordered for 100 packets of something from Amazon, 100 quantity of something. It's rare, but let's say you ordered for 100 quantity of something, and Amazon is only able to ship 95. Will you be able to tolerate it? No, because you already paid for 100. You won't tolerate anything less than 100, right? But in the case of a B2B, let me give you a scenario. This is a scenario that I have seen in the pharmaceutical industry, especially in the retail distribution of pharmaceuticals. Every day, the sales rep goes out to his set of shops, right? There are retail stores that sell pharmaceuticals, and they take orders. Okay, I need so many strips of Tylenol, I need so many strips of this, so many strips of that, this and that. And at the end of the day, all the orders are segregated, sent to their main ordering system somewhere in their headquarters. Let's say Pfizer is taking the orders and they're going to Pennsylvania. Now, Pfizer will distribute or create deliveries for all the orders to the respective distribution centers. Let's say we are in Edison, New Jersey, and then we have our sales rep has gathered all the orders for all the retail pharmacies that sell our products, Pfizer products, and has taken orders for the day, sent it to the headquarters, and headquarters will dispatch the deliveries to the respective nearest distribution center, saying, okay, these products need to be distributed, so on and so forth. Now, the customer, let's say one customer, Walgreens, has ordered 100 strips of Tylenol. His rule is, okay, if you have 100 strips, send them across. If you have 90 strips, that's fine, send them across. Time is a priority for me. Okay, so if you have 100 strips, send them across, bill me for 90, don't bill me for 100. As simple as that, and deem that order as complete. If I want more, I'll place a fresh order. Okay, in which case the under delivery tolerance is 10%. Right, that means the customer can tolerate an under delivery of 10%. If the customer orders 100, he's okay if you give him or ship him 90. But sometimes it's not the case. You cannot go like, yeah, I only have 50. Nah, that doesn't work sometimes. Or maybe it works. Right? So imagine a big shipping industry a steel factory, right, that requires coke, that requires iron ore, and they require in thousands of tons, right, big factories. And even if there is a tolerance, let's say I've asked for 100,000 tons of coal, and the container or the ship has delivered like 95,000 tons. Will I say, okay, I'm going to cancel the order? No. I'll be like, okay, I've got 95,000 tons. That's good enough. So just bill me for 95,000 tons, right? And the same applies for over delivery also. Okay, if you deliver a little bit over, the customer is willing to pay for it. So what under deliveries and what over deliveries are tolerated by the customer is specified here in the shipping tab of the sales view of the customer master. Okay, so next page. Go to the billing tab. Looks like I timed out. Okay, let me log in again. Oops.